This Jay Muse.
This is Eddie McClintock from Warehouse 13.
Hey, this is Brian Holler.
This is Brett Dahl.
Hey, this is Eddie Trunk, and you're listening to Beer Bros and BS.
Beers Bros BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
You should be listening to Beer Bros and BS every day, every minute for the rest of your lives.
Snooch to the nooch.
Welcome to episode 53 of Beer Bros and BS. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian. Tonight I'm joined with
Tony.
Alex, the King of Alapata.
Hugo from Sweden.
Jose.
All right, as always, we've got a bunch of great beer we're going to be drinking. Jose, why don't you go ahead and read off the labels?
Okay. It's my pleasure.
The pleasure's all ours.
Contain yourself.
Twilight of the Idols. Gulzen Damerung.
Yes.
Porter brewed with coffee aged on vanilla barrels. Here we
Definitely
have
not vanilla
Stone.
barrels.
Chai spiced Imperial Russian Stout. Ale with tea and spices added.
Did you say chai?
Very full. Civil Society Brewing Company. 1 year anniversary.
Heads are kind of wet, huh, Jose?
Wicked Wee Brewing. Brettanomyces Farmhouse Ale fermented with plum. La Bon.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I
A
think
lot
he's
of
right
pressure
there.
to read this.
Bottle Logic. Strange Matter Imperial Saison. Saison brewed with local orange blossom honey, holy basil, and pink peppercorns.
Pink
Aged
peppercorn.
in barrels.
Pink peppercorn.
And
As long as it's not Peckerhead.
2015 Banish Series Tough Love Barrel Aged Imperial Stout.
You fumbled it there, but you finished strong.
Yeah.
So the first beer we're drinking tonight.
Yes. Twilight of the Idols from Hill Farmstead in Vermont. It is a porter. It's their winter porter that they brew annually. It is brewed with coffee, and I believe it used to be brewed with cinnamon. I don't think it's brewed with cinnamon any longer, and then aged on vanilla beans. And the name comes from one of Friedrich Nietzsche's late texts. And much like a nihilist philosophy, this beer is incredibly dark.
Good description there.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I like the part about Nietzsche.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's one of my favorite philosophers.
It's quite coffee forward.
You said there was vanilla in this?
Yeah, I'm not picking up much of the vanilla.
Yeah. Well, that's what the bottle says.
Yep. How old is this?
I don't know. They should be on the bottle. I think it was bottled in October.
Oh, okay, so it's recent. It's not like the vanilla would have fallen off from here to now.
No, I've had a few of Hill Farmstead beers. I actually had another one of their porters. Fantastic. Really good. Tasted like straight chocolate. No adjuncts at all. It was all just from the chocolate malt. They do really good stuff up there. It's hard to get a hold of their stuff unless you know somebody in Vermont.
Is that how you got it?
I actually got it because
Aren't you homeboys with what's the name? Bernie?
Bernie Sanders. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, I love that guy.
Yeah, he just came down. Is that
Yeah, he brought me the Hill Farmstead
awesome.
on his
Hook
way
up.
down.
It's like Hill Farmstead for everybody. I'm Bernie Sanders. All right.
Okay. So as always, we're going to start off the show with a round of Would You Rather. Once again, I am incredibly prepared for this.
Can we have ice golems instead this time?
It's not for me to decide. It's for the good Redditors of Would You Rather. They decide our questions for us. So let me ask you, would you rather be the best musician of all time or the best athlete of all time?
Best athlete of all time.
Oh, you didn't even have to think about that.
Nope.
Why?
I've always wanted to dunk.
I'm pretty sure there are musicians that
I
can dunk.
fly.
I mean, you could be the best judo wrestler of all time, not mean you can dunk.
I don't know. I feel like if I'm the best athlete ever for always, like dunking is like a prerequisite. You can't be the greatest athlete
think-
and not be able to dunk.
Okay, so that guy, who originally ran from, was it Athens to Marathon?
He
you
was
think
not the
he could
greatest
dunk?
athlete, though.
I don't know, running, was it 32.1
I
miles?
think Michael Jordan is a better athlete than him, and Michael Jordan can dunk.
Do you think he can still dunk?
Maybe, yeah. I think
he
he
can
could.
still dunk.
Yeah, I don't think it's that hard. Once you're 6'6", I don't think it's that hard to dunk.
I'm 6'6".
Can you dunk?
No.
Have you ever dunked, though?
Wait, do you think Barry
On a
Bonds?
regulation
Do
basket?
you,
On a
do you
10
think
foot?
Barry
No.
Bonds can dunk?
I don't know. I don't know what that man
Maybe
can do.
enough
He can't
steroids.
keep a job, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
he
and
quit.
how do you
Yeah, like
how
I
do you
said, he couldn't hold it
quantify the
down.
greatest athlete?
Dunking, as clearly.
I guess. Yeah. Do you think Michael Phelps can dunk?
I think Michael Phelps should be able to dunk. He's a big motherfucker.
I mean, because based off that, then you would put Steve Francis and Allen Iverson.
Look,
as
it's not
greatest
the
athletes
only.
in the world.
It's not the only requirement.
That's what you went straight to is the dunking.
It's not the only requirement, but it is a prerequisite.
But what are like UFC fighters that are heavyweights? I mean, Mike Tyson. Do you think he can dunk?
Come on, guys! I said it's not the only thing.
It's one of the things
It's,
that they
it's
could
just
do.
one of the things. Yeah.
Is he the greatest athlete with this body, or does he have to get the six pack and all that?
Oh no, he stays exactly how he is now.
Fantastic.
Then I want to see him dunk. That would be awesome with
Yeah.
the beard.
Yeah, I don't want to. I wouldn't want to change my body. I just want to.
But you wouldn't be able to dunk on a regulation. You'd jump too high.
He'd be the John Crux
I
of
jump too
basketball.
high.
Yeah.
What an awesome problem
Your ups
to
would
have.
be too much.
You'd have to throw the basketball down into the basket.
Yeah.
I would love to have that problem.
But if you're a musician, also you have to think about that. How much physical, exhaustion is your body really going through? Because as an athlete, you might tear an ACL or break an arm.
Exactly. It's not like you're going to be the best athlete for the rest of your, forever.
So you think
will
you'd be the
decline.
best musician forever? What if you get Parkinson's?
Well, what if you get Parkinson's?
That's going to be a hell of a guitar job.
And you forget
Hey.
you look at yourself. You're like, I can't dunk.
Musicians
I'm gonna
get
go.
pussy.
I'm gonna go
That's
play
all you know.
Parcheesi.
They
A
get
life,
to
a
the
life
end of
without
the
dunking is not a life well lived. That's what I say.
I'm pretty sure none of us in this room has dunked.
I was gonna say,
What are you trying to
just
say?
made me
We're
very
doing it
sad.
wrong. We're doing
Hey,
it wrong.
I've dunked on a kiddie pool.
Yeah, does that count?
He said regulation.
Oh, regulation.
Oh, that's minor detail.
Yeah,
My,
Wait.
my fat ass is never gonna dunk.
do I have a regulation rim outside? No, right?
Does a trampoline count?
Alex,
Yeah, I mean, sure. whatever.
No.
we could all dunk that.
Well, for all
I'd
of
rather I'd rather be the best musician.
Needs
for
to be
us,
a really
for
good
us, I'm
trampoline,
saying,
though.
but no, for the world's best athlete does not require a trampoline. They would be able to dunk without a trampoline.
What if
John
they were
Crook of
really short
basketball.
though?
Then that's even what a great feat that is that they could do it when they're
okay.
short.
Okay, then let me ask you guys: would you rather fart very loudly every time you swallow, or silently shit yourself every time you blink?
The fart,
Fart.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have to go with the fart.
Farting one.
Fart. Well, actually, you know what? Sometimes there's rare occasions when a fart becomes a shart, though.
What was that?
Jose, do you wear
Does a
brown
microphone pick
underwear
that up?
normally?
I'm thinking that's way too odd.
Brown
So, even though you can you're farting all the time, there's occasions that you will fart and shit yourself, which at the end of the day you're still shitting yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to invest in brown underwear. No.
Would you rather be able to talk to the dead, or be able to see 8 seconds into the future, but only once per day?
Talk to the dead.
Talk to the dead.
I bet they have some great stories.
It's 8 seconds. I'm sorry. I'm not going to win lotto in 8 seconds. I can't buy a ticket that fast.
I would take the 8 seconds personally.
What would you do with those 8 seconds?
Oh, I don't want to say on record what I would do with those 8 seconds.
Once a
It's
day.
not like it's really gonna happen. So I mean, you could say it.
No. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Well, you don't because you don't have those 8 seconds.
Yeah, I don't have those powers yet.
But who knows? The would you rather Reddit genie could come and grant you this in real life.
Bless you with the power or a lava golem.
That'd be the first wish. I'd lava golem our way into our own studio.
I guess I would go with talking to the dead. Also, just
Had to be more than 8 seconds.
yeah, 8 seconds is not enough time to really
Not enough time.
to
I just saw in 8 seconds that he put his beer down. That's not enough.
to make alternate plans.
I don't know.
Can you imagine getting into an argument?
You can only
You
do
have
That
to
was 8
hear the
seconds.
same shit
You can only do
twice.
it once per day.
Yeah, you
said,
can only
right?
do it
Yeah.
once per day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might see in 8 seconds that someone's about to go take
But
a
I can
dump.
talk to the dead whenever
No, you can
I
see
want.
whatever you want for 8 seconds.
Anytime. Lotto.
You could use that 8 seconds to figure out if I turn here, am I going to get stuck there or should I keep going?
Yeah,
Well, you
I
only
guess
get
it
to
would
do it
solve
once.
traffic
Use that.
But is it
problems.
8 seconds from now or any time during the day I can just look at 8 seconds?
Yeah, but just once.
Just once.
So
But you
it's
can
that
decide
one turn.
whatever you want, though. Yeah, it could be the lotto.
Nah, I'm gonna stay with talking to the dead whenever the hell I want.
Yeah, like, so how was it like being rich? It was great. You'll never know.
How'd you do it? Give me some tips. How'd you get there? How'd you get to where you're going?
And then we'll be able to talk. You know, once I become the world's first trillionaire for winning every single lotto on the planet.
Oh my god, bro.
In 8 seconds.
Yeah, man.
Well, no, I'm just going
Out
to do
into the future.
one a day. Once you go every state, you can go countries.
Come
Then I'm
on,
so
man.
rich. I'm so rich.
You're gonna be buying every lotto ticket at 11:59:52.
Don't they close the sales? Like,
No. You
More
can
than-
look.
yeah.
You can look whenever the day you want. You can't see 8 seconds into the direct feature. You can see anywhere in the
Oh,
future.
I did not
but only
understand
8
it like
seconds.
this.
Yeah, I thought it was only
I
8.
thought it was like the immediate. 8
No,
seconds.
no,
So he
no,
wants
no.
to be Biff from Back to the Future Part 2.
Kind of, yeah. Run for president one day, maybe.
Well, Trump
I
was the
don't know.
president in that movie.
I think that Ben Franklin would have a lot to say.
We had a lot to say, and I'd ask you how that was. You know, flying around the moon.
And I tell
If
you,
I just bought my own spaceship.
it's gonna cost you some money if you really want to know. Because if you're good at something, you don't do it for free. Like talking to the dead.
Yeah. You'd be on TV. You'd make the money anyways.
Yeah, I'd be like, what's her face? I'd be Mr. Cleo.
dude, it's like that.
Call me now for your free
Mentalist.
reading.
What's that the show on cable where like the guy?
Oh, Long Island Medium. That's not what you're referring to.
No, where the guy stands in front of the crowd and everyone believes that he can talk to the dead.
Mentalist?
No. It's like
I
a
know what you're
live
talking
crowd.
Oh
Wow,
no,
yeah.
no, that's church. Sorry, that's
well
a David
played.
Cross joke.
Well played.
I'm still reading the next question, guys.
Oh, okay.
Must be a
Maybe
long
we should start
question.
pouring out the next beer. Good idea. Okay. Would you rather find an onion ring in your fries or $5?
I
$5.
think you asked this one before.
I think I asked the onion ring part, but I don't remember.
The $5 is super gross though, but I'll take it.
Where's the onion ring from?
It's not from the restaurant you ordered the fries at.
$5.
$5. With $5, I can go right back in and then order those onion rings anyways.
Buy a whole order of onion rings, exactly.
Would you rather spend time around people who are falsely modest or authentically arrogant?
Falsely
Aren't they
modest.
kind of the same?
That's a trick question.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with falsely modest because I don't know. Seems smooth.
Arrogant.
At
It's
least,
not
at least
nice.
they're trying to.
Yeah.
They may be arrogant in reality, but at least they're like not putting it in your
it
When
could be
face.
is, when is
exhausting.
modesty authentic? Like, how do you judge that? How do you judge authentic modesty? I feel like modesty is something you do for other people. Like, because when I'm home alone, I'm naked.
What does that? have
But
to do
are
with
you
modesty?
modest about it?
Because they always say, like, oh, you know, cover up your shame, be modest, whatever.
Oh,
Hey, I got no shame down here.
No shame in Jose's game.
he's definitely not modest in that department.
Well, that's all I have to say about that.
Check, please.
Okay, let me ask you guys. You ever watch Star Trek?
Star what?
Star Trek?
Just kidding.
Star Trek?
Yes.
Yeah, the one with like the
Which
robot
Star
and the
Trek?
Jedis.
Next generation?
Captain
would you
Picard.
would you rather invent? Oh yeah. Would you rather invent the replicator, so
That's
you
a
can
pretty
have
good
any
one.
food you want instantaneously,
Goodbye, scarcity.
or
Food and beer.
the holodeck? Create any situation you want,
Ooh,
people.
that's a good one. Oh, man. The replicator or the holodeck? I don't know. The holodeck sounds like a lot of fun, but the replicator sounds like it would
Sounds so
solve,
useful,
like it would
dude.
solve a lot of problems. Yeah.
Yeah, replicator. I think that'd be more beneficial to humanity.
Well, I'll let Tony get the
Screw him,
replicator.
man.
I'll get the holodeck, and you can come over use my holodeck whenever you want. And
I don't know. It might be messy after I use it.
Holodeck, you know it's going to be a computer.
You know, as soon
so
as
it's gonna
someone
be fake.
invents that shit, it's just going to be porn.
It's gonna be messy after.
Well, you could. The problem with the holodeck is that if you fuck up, you have like splattered bits everywhere. So
Is the holodeck like water resistant? You can
No,
wash
it's- no. I mean, yeah, you can clean it. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Holodeck,
It's not like
that's
wooden
promise.
floors, you know. You're just gonna stain it. See, my question is, when they make something like you ask for like a cup of tea, what happens to that cup? You're just gonna end up with tons and tons of cups.
eBay.
Well,
If everyone else has one, though,
Correct.
Well,
could you then ask for another replicator? Could it then replicate itself?
I thought it was just for us, though.
Yeah, can it replicate anything?
You can go into business and sell it to
or only, like,
restaurants to
food.
replicate it.
Well, I mean, it does food, but
I want to replicate double barrel Hanapu.
yeah, you
Yeah,
could
we'll do that.
Yeah.
way to shit on the trade value.
I wouldn't
Oh,
tell
I'm gonna
anybody.
undercut it.
Well,
I'm open my own brewery, Jake Winwood.
Does the replicator do plates or does it just do food? Does it do?
It does everything.
Can you get
It does,
flights?
so if you ask for like a drink, like a beverage, it's not going to just pour the beverage onto nothing.
I mean, I'll
It'll
put
create
the
a
cup
cup
there.
for it. It comes with already in a cup at the temperature you want.
Sell the cups to
Tea,
restaurants.
Earl Grey, hot.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you could just end world hunger with this. So it's like,
Now,
could add
okay,
Tony
okay,
hunger.
okay. See, this was something brought up in my first graduate class. If there was a machine that could do that, now what if I told you there was a machine that magically would answer any question you have,
okay.
and
That'd be
would you still have ignorance in the world?
Yeah, it's called the internet.
Yeah, there's people with access to the internet and libraries that are still ignorant.
Well, just because this thing answers any question doesn't mean it's
Well,
answering
okay.
it correctly
Well,
or truthfully.
it gives you any information that you ask.
It could be like a fake news
Would there,
site.
would there
you
still
know?
be people out there that are uninformed?
right?
Yes.
That's would be the caveat to yours.
Have we seen
Well, just
society
because you have a
today?
machine that can make all the food in the world, people would still starve.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a question of access. How are you going to get them food, Tony? Like, yeah, you're going to have all these cupcakes, but how are you going to?
you get just a replicator.
This thing replicates itself, right? So you can have replicators all over
Some
the
people may
place.
find it
and,
spicy.
So just the proliferation of this technology.
Yeah, exactly. One in every home, and no one has to go
A
home.
replicator in every kitchen and a car in every garage.
No more burnt
Vote,
food.
vote for me. Make America great again.
And again, and again, and again.
This is huge.
Okay. Would you rather live forever, free of sickness or aging,
That's a good one.
or get to live for 25 more years with your dream girl, job, house, car, yet be slowly dying, becoming weaker and sicker each coming year?
The first one, because then I got enough time to find that dream girl
But she might already be
again
dead.
and again and again. How many dream
I
girls
already
am I
have
gonna
my
have?
dream girl.
Who knows?
I know.
I
but-
saw Highlander. They
I
looked
was
like they
gonna
had
say,
fun.
it'd be like
yeah.
Highlander, and then she dies, and you're like, who wants to live forever?
Yeah, but Highlander.
When
I go
I must
Highlander.
die.
I'm going with the Highlander option.
And like
There can only
the
be
only way
one.
you could die is like in a badass sword fight where like they gotta cut your head off.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'll go with the
With
Highlander.
my katana that no one else has.
25 years, live for 25 more years, like from this moment, or like
Yes.
on my original lifespan.
No, 25 from now. But everything you ever wanted would be happening in that 25 years.
I have to be careful with this question.
I don't know, man. I'm
Love you,
gonna
honey.
Don't worry about it.
no aging,
Jose
bro.
says what he truly feels all the time.
No aging.
Jose, you living forever?
In the first one, no aging, no getting sick.
Well, I already have my dream girl.
Oh my god.
Imagine
comment?
she wasn't listening to you right now.
Yeah,
That's
she's not gonna hear this anyways.
That's called the setup.
Yeah, it's not like Sonya's sitting right here or anything.
But if I live forever, I could have multiple dream girls.
Bam. See, that's
Oh,
what I'm
life.
saying.
There's a man planning ahead.
But who wants to live forever?
Apparently not you after tonight.
Okay.
I love you, no.
Second beer, yeah.
I haven't poured mine yet,
Oh, but we should.
and
Drink
I
more.
actually think it's mine. Pour it for me, Jose. I'll ask this one. Would you rather watch reruns of The Jersey Shore as your only form of television, for the rest of your life, or you can't use any electronics for a year.
I'm gonna
No electronics for a year.
Electronics for a
no
year.
electronics for a year, or watch Jersey Shore for the rest of my life
Yeah.
as my only form of televised entertainment. So
You
no-
cannot watch
no
porn. You have to
YouTube.
beat off to Jersey Shore.
I don't know, Snooki, J. Wild, they do it for me. I'm good at it. I don't know, man. I guess for the rest of my life is a long time.
Is it?
So, maybe not, but
Forget about it.
But it's gonna feel like a long time if I gotta fucking watch Jersey Shore.
Funny.
I'm gonna read a lot more if that happens.
I had friends on the
No,
show, so I'd
because
watch it.
that's entertainment.
That's
You don't.
entertainment. You don't get that either.
Oh, then I'm gonna be reading for information for the rest of my life because fuck that show.
No, you're going to be reading
That's
for
entertainment
work.
too.
I'd take the Jersey Shore. Am I the only one?
Yes.
Just 1 year of no electronics. I'll do it.
I can do no 1 year.
1 year is a long
Oh, I
time.
would be parading around you guys.
Oh, with all your Jersey Shore knowledge.
You would be reciting Jersey Shore by memory.
I already
GTO,
can.
bro.
Gym tan laundry, dude. Come on, bro.
You ever watch Bones?
Gotta be a
There's an
gorilla
episode of the
meathead.
Jersey Shores. The Utes.
I've never seen an episode of that.
Whatever. You guys call me gross, but I thought Snooki.
The only
and
the only
J-Wow were
episode
pretty
I saw
cute.
was when Snooki got pregnant.
Snooki was hotter before she lost the weight. I'm sorry. Now she just looks hungry.
I liked her. I liked her when she was, when she was
I
south.
was gonna say the only Jersey Shore that I've ever watched is when they brought back Beavis and Butthead for that season, where they
You've
would
seen
make
more
fun
than
of
me.
Jersey Shore.
Okay, so our second beer of the night is the one that I brought. It's Stone Brewing Chai Spiced Imperial Russian Stout. I've had it for a year. It's a 2015 odd year release, coming in at
Interesting.
10.6% ABV. Going to read a little blurb on the back of this. As it stands, the classic version of Stone Imperial Russian Stout is deep, dark, rich, roasty, and perhaps even a bit sinful. The odd beers for odd years, part of the journey, means the coming of each odd-numbered year provides the opportunity to take this traditional beer to new and mysterious places, embarking on an exploratory odyssey enabled by strikingly flavorful elements applied to a lovely onyx canvas.
Ooh.
Supposedly this beer ages well.
I gotta say, man, this is a flavor bomb. A year deep, and you still get tons of the chai and the spice.
Yep.
Jose, did you take notes on how he read that? It was very good.
Oh, Dave's got to learn from Jose, bro. Jose is the master.
Let me
Yes.
try. This is my excuse me. This is Stony Chai spiced. Imperial Russian Stout.
L'chaim.
Ale with tea
Ale.
and speakers added.
Speakers. I love speakers.
Species.
Speakers.
I'm sorry, I didn't do you justice. It's a
I
nice
felt
little,
a little bit of Jose in there.
nice little
Well,
mocha head.
another thing to look forward for 2017 when they released their next odd beer.
And we'll drink it in 2018.
Yes.
This is another.
Listen to us.
This is
Well, what
another.
do we do till then?
This is another accidental aged beer
Accidental aged beer.
from my cellar that I forgot that I had.
The accidental cellar.
In the cellar, a.k.a. back of the pantry.
The back of the pantry. So what do you guys?
All right, and
what
Back
do you
to
guys
the
think about
Future, back to the pantry. Beep, 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 beep.
It has 1.21 gigawatts of flavor.
it? That's why I bought it. 'Cause I like chai tea.
That's at the replicator.
I love chai tea.
Will the replicator do aged
And I-
beers?
Yeah. If
That
if
with-
it's been programmed.
That with milk.
That's a hell of a program.
Yeah,
I
had
also
it,
like chai tea
Oh my god.
and tai chi.
Tai Chi.
And karate.
Kai. Kai tea. Kai squared.
Okay, so I guess we'll just not gonna go back to would you rather. Couldn't find that dirty, disgusting question I always like to end on.
Or wouldn't you rather have like dicks for arms or arms for dicks?
Or a lava golem for.
Would you rather have a butthole for an ear or like a dicks for a nose?
Tony,
Only one ear?
Can you repeat the
No,
question?
both ears are buttholes.
would you rather have both?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you couldn't hear then.
No, you could hear, but you just they're
Do
they're buttholes.
Do you fart and shit out of your
Do you
ears?
use
or?
Q-tips?
No, they just look like buttholes.
so what happens? Like, could you still get a colonic there?
A what?
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Tell them.
A colonic.
Yeah, I've done those.
Whoa!
Hey,
Maybe
you're
you
the
should be
expert
the
there,
one to tell Jose.
Hey, you don't. That'll be interesting out of the ear.
Tell
Clean out
Jose
your
what
dirty
a
mind.
colonic is. Yeah. It would clean out your dirty mind.
Oh, wait, is it when you clean out your butthole with water?
Yeah, I think
A
it's
special
pretty much
solution.
that.
A special solution?
Yeah,
Okay.
but they put a tube in there first.
Oh,
Un
okay.
tubido.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, it's not so tender.
Well, that's one way to get rid of
You're
earwax, I guess.
contemplating on getting one. We'll let that simmer.
Or you could just have a dick for a nose, so whenever you look like you're blowing out your nose, you look like you're jizzing out of your dick.
When you lie, you get a boner.
You've really thought about this
Oh,
one.
look, Pinocchio.
You got a boner on your face.
So,
Pardon
anybody
my
want to go
face
first?
boner.
So I guess when you lie, it gets hard. Is that what happens?
This Would You Rather is quite complex. Usually it's just one or the other.
Well, Jose seems to have all the answers. I'm waiting for him to reply.
Shit.
Okay, from your ears.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather have a nose for a thick nose.
All right, Tony, why don't you go ahead?
So I didn't really have like a news topic this week, so I figured I would just talk about this past weekend where my girlfriend Danette and I went to New York for a quick weekend, and the main purpose of the trip was we got to see Hamilton, which
Did you walk out?
did not walk out. We actually
Were you booed by the fans?
no.
They didn't read anything
Were you
special to
lectured
you?
by the cast?
Nope.
This is not so interesting. I'm sorry.
Everyone cheered. Yeah,
Everyone cheered. Hey, Tony!
pretty much. They may not have been cheering for me, but everyone was cheering.
They were cheering for you.
Yeah, we
Tony.
actually missed the whole Mike Pence thing by one night, and they didn't make a mention of it or anything, but it was a pretty damn awesome show. We also, kind of in keeping with the theme of Hamilton on the trip, we first went to a place in south of Manhattan called France's Tavern, which has been there since 1762, so colonial times. And
Just gotta imagine how dirty that bathroom is. all the drunk pisses that have been taken there.
Hope they have a sewer.
Hope they got a disinfectant.
yeah, and it's several stories. So not only is it a tavern, but there's like lots of rooms above the tavern.
It was a public house.
Yeah, and
House of
there,
Leisure.
there was also like offices and stuff. And this building was actually George Washington, dined there, and he used one of the rooms, when he was about to, 9 days after the last British soldiers left American soil on December 4th, 1783. Washington invited the officers of the Continental Army to join him in the long room of France's Tavern so he could say farewell.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like there's a museum above the tavern that you can check out.
I have to go to this place.
Yeah, well, when we were there, they actually had a little exhibit as well about the Marquis de Lafayette, and they actually had a sash that he was wounded wearing.
Wow.
So you could there was some of his actual blood on it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They had it like in a glass case or what?
Yeah,
Cool.
and they had a couple of pistols that he owned as well.
That is a fucking dope place,
Yeah,
man.
it was pretty cool. And actually, the tavern, we had lunch there, and it was like really good food. And they have like craft beer there. It's like an Irish tavern, Irish pub.
And this is in downtown Manhattan?
It's like really south, like Broad Street, and it's on Pearl Street. So like close to like the the southern tip of the island.
Cool.
But yeah, the food was good, and they had craft beer, and they had apparently the Porterhouse Brewery in Dublin provides their like house beers as well.
Huh.
And they have a lot of whiskeys, and when we were there, they had like a jazz band playing, and it was just like really chill and a lot of
Sounds like my kind of place.
yeah, it was
Sounds like a jolly good time.
it was awesome.
What kind of accent was that?
I don't know, colonial one?
It's really good time. After the depression, they were like, "We're not going to talk like this anymore."
Yeah, so if you're ever in NYC, I would recommend checking that out. We also went to the 9/11 Memorial, which was cool. And I don't know if that's like the best adjective. It's like a very like somber place, but it's worth a visit. And I got to see the new One World Trade Center, which is like very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we saw the show in the evening, and the next day we went to the Carnegie Deli, which is a famous landmark restaurant in New York City.
It's about to close, right?
Yeah, it's about to close at the end of the year, so I'm glad we got to stop in.
I think they're opening one in Vegas, like the franchise.
Yeah, there's a few other locations. Actually, the one in Vegas is already open.
The delis. Did you go into bodegas up there?
No.
I heard you could buy weed at bodegas up there.
Bodegas.
I heard that they have. No, I'm asking because they have a. There's a Twitter account that I follow. It's called Bodega Cats, and up north, what they usually have is that they have cats like just running around the bodega.
Sometimes they turn them into sandwiches.
There's a page called Bodega.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, because they like
no cats were harmed in this
out.
recording.
Beer Bros and BS does not share the opinion of Alex, the king of Alabama.
You guys ever had a chopped cheese?
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, you don't want to find out what they chop. It's not the cheese.
It's not cheese.
Chopped cheese is like their Philly cheesesteak, but it's just a hamburger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's like a chop. It's good. It's good. If you go to Subs on the Run on 7th Avenue, they make a cheeseburger sub, which is essentially a chopped cheese, without the whole like, "Oh, I'm from Harlem," chopped cheese kind of thing.
Okay. So, yeah, so that was my NYC weekend.
nice.
Okay, and that brings us to our third
Yes.
beer of the night.
Third beer tonight.
What is it, Jose?
Let's read it.
The Spiller Civil Society Brewing Company.
That's not what it's called, but that's a great name.
No, I'm saying that because
You spill everything.
I spilled it all over my hands.
You're
It's pretty
consistent.
full. Great job, guys. I love it. First year anniversary. So we picked this up over at the fest that I went to for their first year anniversary party. It was an awesome festival. They had like amazing beers over there. For instance, one of the things that they had was the JBM 35. Also, they had the Hanapu there, the Street Dreams. Like they had all like the big names over there, and it was just like no line.
What were the
Like-
breweries for those beers you just said? The JBM?
JBM was Three Sons. Street Dreams is Jonathan Wakefield Brewing. Hanapu and the Black Currant Grove was the Cigar City.
Cool.
And
Street Dreams is coming to bottles, right? Fairly
Is it?
soon. Yeah, I think for Art Basel, they'll be
nice.
releasing Street Dreams in bottles.
It's funny
at,
because on the sign it said Street Dreams, and then between parentheses it says "are made of these."
Oh, yeah, they had to. That's the full name. Street Dreams are made of these. I think they're avoiding some infringement or
Just
something.
throwing it out there. Maybe
And-
we should try.
And who am I to disagree with that?
Maybe we should try and do a Art Basel episode.
That'd be pretty cool.
in
Oh,
one
nice. Actually, but
idea. Just
I
came to me.
think
Throwing it out there, you might hear us there.
for the Art Basel, wouldn't you want more of a visual one, like
We could have a special beer label episode.
Or we could get really drunk and describe the art to people. I think that'd be
actually yes. Hey, just because you're blind doesn't mean
10% and above.
you can't
Just because you're blind doesn't mean you're deaf. Thank you, Jose.
doesn't mean you can't appreciate art. So
We're all inclusive here at Beer Bros and BS.
It sounds like a great idea to describe visual arts in an auditory medium on a podcast for the listeners.
While drinking.
Yeah.
You just heard the premise of episode 55. You heard it here first on episode 53. By the way, we didn't say it earlier, but happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy
happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Do not kill your in-laws.
Gobble, gobble.
To all
As
five
you
of
as you
listening.
are well aware, we record these a day or two early, so
That's why we're still happy.
You might be listening to this on Thanksgiving.
while trying to get over your family.
Exactly.
In fact, play this during dinner.
That's why I flew away
It'll
from
make
my
for
family.
great conversation.
Yes. No, the best way to make conversation during Thanksgiving is just say something political and then just walk away and eat your Thanksgiving dinner in your other room.
Exactly. And
Oh, wait, how many rooms are you eating in now, Jose? You
Everyone.
fancy now?
It's my house. I can eat wherever I want.
We only have one room at my house.
Yeah.
Well,
He's like, I'm going to eat in my
Now you have
bathroom
a light
just
in your
because I
other
want
rooms.
to.
gotta do what you gotta do.
He's like, I should have made that Trump joke. Now I got to eat in here on the toilet.
Yeah.
He's preparing.
Tell us more about the Civil Society 1 year anniversary party.
That's all I remember from it.
So do you have
Sounds
another
like a
topic?
good party.
So do you have another topic then for tonight?
Well,
Well, didn't you get cans? They had a can release, obviously. We're
Yeah,
drinking one
so
of them.
the can release was one of this one. The first year anniversary is the double IPA. I also have the cans from Extra Pulp and the Fresh to Death, which is their upgraded versions, I guess, of Fresh and Pulp.
Yeah.
Jose, why is the can that you brought so dented?
Because I accidentally dropped it, and then when I tried to put it back in the
Today?
4-pack
Just
thing,
this one can, or
Did you-
all five? All,
So you
all
just
6.
dropped this can tonight.
No, I dropped it at the festival.
How many-
and tonight too? Though,
How many
right?
Yeah.
times did you drop it?
and spilled it on himself. Let's not
Yeah.
forget.
It has quite a few dents.
Yeah, I dropped it. I tried to put it back in the box. One of the cans ended up spraying everywhere. The box ended up turning to shit. Then I tried to carry them by myself. The 4-pack thing didn't click on, and then it just like would fall off again, and then it just repeat.
This happened
Rinse
many
and repeat.
times.
Rinse, shotgun, and repeat until the hotel.
That's right. You had to drink them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I might as well drink them if they're like just like spewing everywhere.
Quite a few dents. I can't count them all.
Actually, to be honest, the pulp was actually pretty good. Like,
Yeah, the actual
shotgun.
pulp is delicious. Got into this
As
one.
far as shotgunning.
So what else do you have for us this week, Jose?
So for this week, I have a news story that I found interesting. It comes from women's MMA. Samantha Diaz chops off half her hair to make weight for first pro MMA fight.
I saw that. She's hot.
Samantha Diaz weighed in at 116.2 pounds, which was 2 ounces over the limit.
How much hair does she have?
She has really long hair. Like, she had really long hair. She was like, oh, well, in the article, she says that she really missed it. Like, but...
Where did she
like,
get this hair from?
How short did she cut it?
She cut it... If you see on the picture, she, like, had a big handful.
So it's now shoulder length.
So now it's
Not
shoulder
more.
length. Which I imagine for MMA, you would still want to have it, like... Because Ronda Rousey doesn't have it as long. Like, she still... Or I guess she puts it up in a bun anyways.
She does like cornrows like, when she fights.
Well, she does those little like Princess Leia mini buns on her head. Doesn't she?
I've seen her do cornrows.
So that dropped her down to the 115.9 that she needed.
Do you think that you could beat her up, Jose?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Good
But you know karate.
No.
And,
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd like to see that.
Karate.
and you know crazy.
But then again, I'm 189 and she's 115.
So she'd have to come up to your weight
I
class.
think the honey badger could take it.
You may have to
I'd
shave
like
the
to see
beard
this.
to fight her.
Badger
Nick Wade.
style.
No, well, no. But still, no. She'd probably, like, strangle me to death. On
Do
the
you
But
floor.
would you
think-
fight her, though? Would you, though?
Do you think you could take her, Alex?
I'm going to say, yeah. Like, I feel like I could fight a lion. I could fight a bear. Like, I don't give a fuck.
He's the greatest athlete of all in the world right
I
now.
don't- I don't-
Dunk in her face.
Take that.
Maybe not Dave. I mean,
No, you got to believe in yourself,
I mean-
I feel
man.
like I could take her.
If you believe, you can achieve.
I'd be happy to let her win,
yeah. Yeah. Well,
Uncle.
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't bet on me, but I'll say it out loud that I think I could beat her.
Yeah, well,
Well, Samantha Diaz, you heard it here. The gauntlet has been thrown down.
until he trips you and then grabs you on a chokehold on the mat, and then you're like, oh fuck, I'm screwed.
I had to wrestle a girl once in high school. I didn't know she was a girl until after the match, though.
It was
Holy shit.
Yeah, this sounds like one crazy prom night.
Was it Caitlyn Jenner?
Who won?
I did. I didn't know it was a girl until after the match, though.
That's
they were
what
like,
they
"Oh,
all
you
say.
really showed that girl." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, that was a girl." I was like, "What? Are you serious, bro?"
You're like, I thought I was having an experience in my life.
No, she had like armpit hair. That's why I didn't believe it. She had like these little curls, like little nappy ass curls in her armpit. I was like, ugh. Whatever, bro. The shit you see on the mat, you know.
You left it all there.
I did. Balls to the wall.
That's what she said.
Only one of you. Only one of you, though.
That's what she got. It was at Immokalee High School in Central.
No, but it's incredible. Like that, it's a pretty cool story. That they didn't say when she's fighting though, which sucks. But it's her first MMA fight, so I imagine it's pretty important to her. Like, but would you shave like? Well, we wouldn't care. Like Tony obviously wouldn't care if he shaves his hair. Like,
I mean, the shit we used
Tony
to
would
do
shave his eyebrows.
to meet weight, bro.
I don't know if I would shave my eyebrows, man. That would look.
But my brother used to do wrestling, and he says the shit that he used to do to gain or lose weight is like they used to make him eat watered down, like bread soaked in water, like loaves of bread soaked in water, just to like make weight.
Oh, wrestlers are known for being very unhealthy. When they have to lose weight, they'll run in trash bags or they'll spit nonstop, whatever they need to do to lose weight.
Yeah, bro, spitting all the fucking time. It's like, oh, I got to drop water weight before this weigh-in.
Yeah.
You just fucking spit in a cup all day. You don't drink or eat shit. And then as soon as you make weight, you just fucking binge right before your match, which sucks.
Usually they're weak. If they have to drop weight, they're usually weak as hell, but they do whatever they need to do to make the team weight that they need.
Yeah, dude. I mean, those weigh-ins, like at the end of the day, is it really a true weigh-in? Why even have the weigh-in at that point? Like, if you're just like for a boxing match, if you're dropping all the weight and then like just in those hours, you just gain it right back. Like,
I don't know. I guess it's to give a semblance of fairness. I guess.
I don't know. If you walk around at 150 and you drop 20 pounds before, and you go into the fight, you're fighting at let's say 125. You make the weigh-in, you gain 9 pounds before the match. You're still not at what your normal weight is. You're still smaller.
true, but I mean, is weight really that much? Like, look at Conor McGregor. He fought at like other weight matches though.
But he
like
gained.
above.
It's different when you have to gain than when you have to lose. Lose is harder. I think losing weight's harder to make than it is to gain weight, which is still tough, but still.
Well, actually, did he really gain that much weight though? Like when he switched?
What did he fight at
I think he gained about 10.
Yeah, something like that. 140. I thought he was at.
If you have time to gain or lose weight, it's different.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're getting paid to do,
right?
Yeah.
Let alone millions of dollars to do that.
As long as you don't go like Christian Bale in The Mechanic or something, look like a skeleton, then you're okay.
Oof.
I feel like I could take that lady.
You back to the lady?
I'd like to take her out to dinner.
Drop weight for her.
To a nice steak dinner and never call her again.
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint.
I'll put those 6 ounces right back in you.
That's all you have? 6 ounces?
Next beer.
So you got 6 ounces there, Jose? It's not a radio. You can say whatever you want.
He's
This beer is great.
Because then you had a porterhouse down there.
Well, we're in Miami.
No, this beer is great. I feel like
the look that Jose's wife just gave me.
We didn't give this beer enough justice. It's pretty hop. Like,
I think
it's sort of
everyone
hoppy,
already drank it, other than you.
That can is bruised and battered like Jose right now.
Oh,
I saw the look.
Aww. No, it's a great beer. Like, I love that they did that this 1 year anniversary. It's a little malty, also, like, so it has that malty backbone on it.
Do we know what hops are used?
I do
delicious
not know.
hops.
It does not say on the can.
It does not say on the can. They said it on the festival in letters.
in actual
in symbols that
language
are
communication.
Well, it would be recognizable if it wasn't dented to hell.
So Hugo, you got a topic for us today?
Air travel.
All right.
So I just recently flew in from Sweden.
And boy, are your arms tired.
Long flights. And I flew with Thomas Cook Airlines, which I'd never heard of. But for $160, that was a great flight.
What?
So,
Transatlantic for 160?
Yep, I flew from Copenhagen to Manchester.
Damn, those arms must be tired.
Yeah, bro. I'd put my life on the line for a $160 flight.
So from Copenhagen to Manchester, which was SAS, which was the tiniest, cramped little plane I've ever been on. And then Manchester directly to Miami with Thomas Cook, which the flight was a third full, so I had a whole row in the middle to myself.
Fantastic.
But the airline to Manchester, you get into the airport, coldest airport I've ever been in. I was so glad I had a jacket and a sweater. You go through, no one was flying to Miami this flight, obviously, so I go through security and I had to go to the transfer aisle. They knew my name because I was the only person transferring flights. Everyone else was landing in Manchester. They, oh, Hugo, yeah, come on through the security. Kind of nice.
Ooh,
you
VIP.
go around. Let me tell you, Manchester people, interesting people to look at. Quite entertaining.
To look at.
Not in a good way.
Interesting on the eyes.
I saw quite a few women with 5 o'clock shadow. That was interesting. I wanted to lend them my razor.
They're in transition.
Yeah. Hey, never know now.
Apologies to any
But
of
then
our
again, I saw the husband too,
Mancunian
and I felt
listeners.
really bad.
Yeah,
Sorry,
right?
Manchester. Yeah, I missed Miami a lot. And then flew over 8 hours. We only had 4 movies because I didn't want to pay for the extra $10 to watch 6 movies. So got to watch The Martian and Interstellar. So good movies, can't complain. And then got to Miami. I don't know if I like this new automated check-in system with the passports. You got to go through. It's all electronic system with your passport. You don't even see a person. You want to declare something. Hi, that was good enough. And you go on through. And
So why don't you like that?
I don't know. I want the stamp in my passport. I'm sorry. Every time I come in or go somewhere, I want the stamp in the passport.
Yeah, stamps are nice.
Well, the stamps are nice, and also whenever I go into that fucking computer, it's like red X, go to the customs office, and
well,
then I
see
sit
how
there.
you handle the beer can. That's why it doesn't like you, man.
Yeah, also because you look like a freaking terrorist, dude.
Well, yeah.
Well, I can't say anything about that. They think I am a terrorist in Sweden.
Well, maybe it's because that, and I was like a little tipsy at when checking out for the Bahamas, and then they're like, nope. NO.
Don't
Red
they,
X.
at the Bahamas, don't they do the customs in Nassau?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to do it here. You just fly to and get off. It's like a domestic flight.
I like it when the...
When we were flying back, I had to put my passport.
Were you flying it? Yeah, but were you flying into Fort Lauderdale or Miami?
Miami.
I know if you fly into Fort Lauderdale from Nassau, you fly into the domestic area. So they have U.S. Border Patrol Customs in Nassau.
Well, I've flown into both international.
No, they were like, no, buddy, go over there into like whatever office, and they're like, oh, sorry, we're just looking for somebody else with the same name as you. Okay, oh, fuck you. Like, how many Jose Hernandez is running around in Bahamas right now? Like,
probably a few.
Probably a few. So I was just.
I don't know. It is a bit of a unique name, though.
When you fly into Fort Lauderdale,
very unique.
You know what? That's probably the problem. Is like,
they think
I'm sure there's some Jose Hernandez that's on the no-fly list or whatever, and so
or some dead Jose Hernandez. Like, he's alive.
Dun,
Hold on. Is this Jason Bourne?
But when you fly into Fort Lauderdale, they still have the people. When you fly into Miami, they're trying to get modern with the computer system. So, because I've flown Norwegian, which has excellent airfares, but that airline you have to pay for everything, whether it's a check-in a bag or if you want a food on the plane, everything's got to be paid for.
It's like Spirit.
Thomas Cook Airlines, food was included with my flight. I got to check in one big bag. Usually nowadays you got to pay for every bag you do on the flight. So, high marks for Thomas Cook. I find they fly to Miami once a month from Copenhagen.
How was the plane? Was it an old plane?
It was a nice plane. It was actually comfortable, so I can't complain on that. Plus I had a whole row to myself, so I really couldn't complain.
Yeah, you really.
I like when you get back and the Homeland Security or the customs person is just like, welcome home, sir.
That's kind of nice.
I love that.
I've been away from Miami too long, so it was nice to hear that. Plus, I look Spanish, so it's here. Over there, when I get Assalamu Alaikum, I just say hola. It's kind of different experience over there. Yeah.
So Thomas Cook, huh?
Thomas Cook, highly recommend.
Gotta see where they fly from Miami.
They partner with Condor. They're out of England, so I didn't know that until I got the $160 ticket. Can't complain.
I
160.
have to imagine it'd be cheaper than just to fly from Miami to Manchester.
Depends. It's all,
Sounds
you
like
know,
somebody's going to a game.
Sounds like somebody's gonna visit the Theater of Dreams.
as we know, it's timing. You know, just like I know now, I probably will fly back around the 17th.
They didn't beat anybody
I found
significant
the
this
ticket
weekend,
back
did
to.
they?
No, so they were playing somebody and they got extremely lucky in the 88th minute.
Yeah, Manchester's not as good this year.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
Not with
God bribing
not
the
when
officials.
the last time your manager won was 18 years ago.
Oh, you saw the U.S. soccer team got rid of their coach.
Did see that. Yeah.
Klinsmann.
Klinsmann
Gone.
out. Klinsmann out.
About time.
Idiots!
I don't know.
Idiots! You fools! You
Should've
do
left him on
not
as
know
a-
what you're
they should've
doing.
left him on as an advisor, as a technical advisor, because he was good at that, and he had those European connections.
Yeah, but he was good at pissing off the players too.
Yeah.
Oh, boo fucking
They
hell,
gave
dude.
up on him, I think.
Well, I think they gave up on him when he made forced what's his name to retirement.
Dempsey?
Donovan, right?
Donovan?
No.
Dempsey?
No.
Dempsey, right?
Yeah, Donovan.
Donovan.
No.
Yeah, Dempsey's still playing. When he forced him into retirement, and then he's like, I guess I'm not going to play any more soccer professionally either then.
No.
Everybody was like, what the fuck?
In Sweden, they got three. You watch hockey, soccer, and they love ping pong. Ping pong's big in Sweden because they think I'm good at basketball, and I know I suck. So forget. That's why you don't hear about the Swedish basketball team.
Wait, they don't do the.
So they got to love Zlatan over there then.
My buddy saw an American football. I gotta say American football in Sweden.
They don't
So it
do
was
curling?
The worst game. It was like I think the final score was like 65-3. So so it's not picking up in Sweden right now. The American football.
They are playing in Mexico, though. Or maybe they just did.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw
Did,
that.
the
Like
Raiders
Monday Night
won.
Football.
That was like the second or
The
third
Raiders
time.
and the Texans.
27-20. Raiders won.
Yeah.
I heard that one of the problems, like we got Mile High Stadium in Denver, and
right.
what is it, about 5,000 so feet. Well, Azteca Stadium in Mexico is over 7,000 feet above water level, so it's even harder to breathe. And then I heard from athletes that the air is not so great. So,
But it's like the second or third time we've played there before.
yeah,
this is not the first.
since 2006, I believe, was the last time.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
And the Raiders are the most popular franchise in Mexico. Go figure.
Well,
They
Oakland.
love Los Raiders.
Raider.
They
I
were
think
the-
it's honestly, I think it's like the
Los
craziness
Raiders.
and like the
Well, you have to wear the
passion
luchador
of
mask,
it. Like
man.
I'm
it
not
goes
gonna
with the
lie.
Raiders.
The Raiders have a dope ass uniform and a dope color
Yeah,
scheme. And
no,
a dope
for sure
logo.
the Raiders have the best uniforms in the
That's
league.
about all they got.
Think
right?
so?
I don't know. I like the Chargers,
What,
but when
black
the
and
old
silver?
Chargers.
Yeah,
man.
I know. I kind of like those Tennessee Titans, the baby blue.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, I
That's
want the
nice.
Rams to go back to the original blue and yellow. I don't like the Rams uniform now, but I like the original swirl. I think those are.
Oh
it's a
yeah,
classy
yeah. I know
look.
the blue you're talking. Yeah. It's like
Now-
a maze. No, it wasn't maze. It was a maze. is a
Although
yellow.
I do like the all orange Dolphins.
Yeah.
I like the vintage.
I
Dolphins.
like
when they
orange,
go
but
to
that's a
the
little
old
too
school.
much. I need a little contrast. On
oh,
that.
you mean the all white with like the teal?
Yeah, and
Teal
but
shirt.
like I like the old emblem.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate.
You know which one I really like? The
I don't
green,
like the Shamu.
the Jets green.
No, I don't like anything. The Jets wear.
Wait, you mean the Jets yellow, right? Actually, did you know that University of Miami's old colors were
Yellow-
green and yellow?
Yep, I
Yeah.
did know that.
I don't
It
think
used
that's
to
true.
look like the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, like the old Green Bay Packers.
But
And that brings us to our fifth beer of the night.
No, four.
Fourth?
Five, four.
I can't count.
Four. This is the fifth. No, you got four.
Yeah.
Fifth.
No, this is four.
Oh, there's four, bro.
No, this
four,
is pre-show.
bro.
Fifth. Russian.
Pre-show,
We
bro.
got the Russian. What's
Yeah,
that?
four. Fourth beer.
That one.
So this is
Quattro.
Wicked Weed, Brettanomyces Farmhouse Ale.
Comment allez-vous,
Can you say
Tony?
that again? I didn't hear a word. I didn't understand what you said.
Brettanomyces
Ça va
Farmhouse Ale.
Can you say that again?
Brettanomyces Farmhouse Ale. Brettanomyces.
Farmhouse
LeBlanc
Ale.
is open fermented with our house Brettanomyces culture. This beer is then blended with a portion of golden sour and onto half pound per gallon of Italian plums. LeBlanc.
It's like an odd ingredient list for a pie or something.
Everyone loves a good plum.
Italian plums.
Brettanomyces
Brettanomyces.
for Rick and Morty fans out there.
Brettanomyces.
That shit is Brettanomyces.
Sour beer.
Or fodder.
RETTMEN.
I'm Britannomyces. Look at me.
So they aged this in a fodder together with the Italian plums, which gives it this flavor. It's interesting that they use plums already, though, because plums is usually the type of flavor that you want after you age.
If you hold the beer up to your ear, you'll hear it go, "Hey, I'm a walking here."
Hey, get out of my way.
Mamma mia.
Shut your mouth. Hey.
I know it's going to choose the Jersey Shores.
Actually, hold on. If you put it up to
Don't
your
put
ear,
it too close.
Beware the anus ears.
no, if you put it up to your ears, you can hear the bubbles fizzing on it.
It's like, can
It's
you hear the
actually
ocean?
it has a little film of like light bubbles.
He did spill a little
really
on your
looking
collar.
in there.
He's literally listening to his beer like it's a
Jose,
seashell. you
it's a
guys.
beer, not a conch.
It's actually really good. I do
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
really, really good. Thanks to my friend Andres for bringing it back on his North Carolina trip.
Fantastic.
Another one of our friends, me and Ray's dear friends, are going up to Wicked Weed, so please, for God's sakes, bring back some bottles.
Place your orders now.
That's right. Who just left to Asheville?
Brad's going with Tara.
That's right.
I haven't seen many
Asheville?
sours yet
You
in
said?
Sweden.
Asheville.
Asheville?
Oh, I definitely would go to Asheville.
Tony, when you were in Denmark, did they have a lot of sour
So would
beers?
I.
I haven't seen
They
too
did.
many.
I mean, like
Wait.
Some, right? Not a whole lot.
I mean, Mikkeller does a bunch
not
of
gonna
Mikkeller.
lambics and sours. And
What'd you say?
I was asking about sour beers while he was
Did you
in
say
Denmark.
Mikkeller?
Mikkeller, yeah.
Mikeler.
Isn't it McKellar?
Did you get a chance to go to War Pigs?
Meikle.
Yes.
Wait, no.
Mikeller.
It's not McCullough. It's Michler.
You don't
I'm
know?
going to take Jose's word for it.
I'm gonna go off of the Jose. Michaeler?
Mikeler.
Mikkeller. There's like quite a few sours in Denmark. It was like a lot of sours and IPAs.
But I thought sours were made in America.
What?
No,
craft
just
beer is
kidding.
starting to grow out there. So.
Yeah, it's
No, yeah, they have a very good
Plum.
No, they have a very good sour program up in obviously in Wicked Weed.
Wicked Weed can do no wrong when it comes to their
So
sour
obviously,
program.
like they have a very good
wild ales.
Yeah, for wild ales, and it's very hard to do because you're just letting all the crap in and from the open environment onto your beer, and then hoping for the best.
Asheville's got some
Technically.
great crap.
Yeah. Also, Asheville is on latitude, like the latitude where it's best to grow hops. That's why
This
North
is
Carolina has some of the best hop farms up there.
really.
On the East Coast,
Yeah.
yes. On the East Coast for sure.
Okay. So I guess I'll go next. My topic this week would be the Miami Marlins minor league system. Now, you guys are well aware of the minor league system. You know, there's MLB, AAA, AA, single A. You know, so our AAA team, where we get a lot of our players from the Marlins, I think next year they're gonna have a new team name. They're based out of New Orleans. Guess what? Except you, guess what the team name's gonna be.
What's the current name?
Okay, the current name is the New Orleans Zephyrs.
I love the new name. Let me just say that. I won't say anything.
Los Mings.
Okay, let me put it like this.
The New Orleans Jambalayas.
That would be better.
Yeah,
than the new name.
Currently, okay, our AAA team is the New Orleans Zephyrs. Our AA is the Jacksonville Suns. Our Advanced A is the Jupiter Hammerheads. Our Single A are the Greensboro Grasshoppers. Short A is our Bativa Muck Dogs. We have rookie GCL
What
Marlins.
country is that in? Bativa Mud Dogs?
Don't mess with the Mud Dogs.
New York.
No, but this new name is awesome. I can't wait to see the logo.
So next year,
Is it the New Orleans Pelicans?
that would be
No.
better.
Yeah, that would be better. Our next
take
year,
it.
Jacksonville Suns are going to be known as the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Oh,
But that's not the name we're talking
Yeah,
about.
that
At least you got the
That would be a good
J
name.
alliteration.
That would be
alliteration.
the bubble
So
gum name.
New Orleans, what do you guys think?
prostitutes? Does that have anything to do with prostitutes?
That might be better.
It could be, depending on how you look at it.
New Orleans.
Could be a result from that.
Voodoo dolls.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be a badass name. Good logo.
Yeah.
Pink cushions.
Is it New Orleans sexually transmitted diseases?
Not the
No,
STD.
You just went
no.
the opposite way.
The New Orleans Hurricane Katrina devastation.
Ooh.
That's a little bit somber.
Yeah. So starting next year, they're going to be known as the New Orleans Baby Cakes,
I like it.
and this is the logo.
That's a masculine baby
Is it baby
cake.
cakes or cake babies?
baby
cakes.
Depends on the time of the year.
I like the fleur de lis crown. That's a.
I
that's a nice
still
touch.
think that the voodoo dolls would be.
Voodoo dolls. I like that. That's a good name.
And he's got a purple bat.
That would be a
New
great
Orleans
logo
baby
for the
cakes.
voodoo doll.
Would
Could you
wanna wear that
imagine
on
the
a hat?
mascot
I like
for
that.
the voodoo
I like
dolls?
that. I'd get a baby
That might
cakes
be a
hat.
little bit insensitive if you go in your.
Hey, what's up? You come baby cakes.
No, you just have like all over like the track, just a voodoo doll, like
Yeah, let's
like
be careful
running
what
and
we
then
say
like a
about the
pink
voodoo
cushion,
dolls.
and then a pink cushion like trying to like chase after it.
That would be the race. Like instead of the hot dog race, like the voodoo race would be great.
It would be pretty cool.
Have like shrunken heads running around.
And their previous names, they used to be known as, like I said, as the New Orleans Zephyrs. They also were the Denver Zephyrs, the Denver Bears, and the Kansas City Blues.
They sure really move around.
They're currently affiliated with the Marlins. From 2007 to 2008, they were with the Mets. 2005 to 2006, they were with the Nationals. 97 to 2004, the Astros, the Brewers, Reds, the White Sox, the Rangers, Expos, White Sox again, Astros, Rangers, Senators, Twins, Braves, Tigers, Yankees, White Sox, and they started originally back in 1935 with the Pirates.
That's a lot of babies.
Yeah, baby cakes gets around, huh?
Yeah,
Especially
so,
with ball players.
I mean, you know why they went with baby cakes?
Yeah,
Is it beignets?
for the
Mardi
Mardi Gras.
The Mardi
Café du
Gras
Monde
tradition
cakes.
with the cakes.
Oh,
I
don't know.
love New Orleans because I've been there many times.
Yeah, it's a great city. A lot of fun.
Great food. Oh,
Only place I've ever been that has 3 for 1
yes.
drink specials.
Beware the grenades.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the food is fantastic.
Food is amazing.
I still need to
God.
make make my way to New Orleans one day for Mardi Gras.
Had
I'm hoping to
catfish there
go.
for the
I
first
go
time.
with a
It was
group of
great.
people next year or the following year. I'm flying in for Sweden just for that.
Nice.
It's a great trip.
Now, that was my story, but I didn't know if I should talk about how there was a brewery in Canada that part of your retirement package was free beer for life.
They didn't stay in business very long.
No, Labatt's still in business.
Whoa,
Labatt's
La
is still-
Bad Brewery.
Well, speaking of stories, you hear about
Le Bat
Carrie
Bleu.
Fisher and Han Solo?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she was stooping the solo
but
back in
she
the day.
she admitted that she slept with just about everyone on the cast.
Yeah, she was consistent.
Even Mark Hamill.
She
He
slept with her
definitely got
brother. Yeah.
He definitely got a taste of
Wow.
that. Come on.
He never struck me as.
She
the
had
kind
a
of
thing
guy
for
with vagina.
lightsabers,
Did
man.
you ever read any? I swear, in her books, she talks about it. She's like,
No, I'm sure that she was a
came out-
cockhound, but I don't
she
think.
came out and said,
I always thought Hamill was a
she
little.
talked
That
with-
bikini
she talked
got
with- what's
used.
her name? The current girl.
So wait. Harrison Ford didn't have to have his hand solo.
Well, he was
Carrie
married at
Fisher.
the time, so it was a big
Yeah, not for
secret.
6 months. It wasn't.
Well, you know, the chicks dig carpenters.
I'm sorry.
Because they're good with
Please
the
proceed.
wood.
Did
Exactly.
Obi-Wan get one too?
Well, Alec couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah, that's why he died young.
That's why Vader took him out.
I saw you fucking my daughter. The Force can feel it. So it would make you wonder, like how much could he feel? He's like, oh, what's my daughter doing?
If you're in
This is like
Hollywood,
a whole new,
To Force
a whole
Awakens,
new
you're
level
like,
of
I'm
intrigue
sorry,
in
Hollywood's the
Star
only
Wars.
place where I think if you get married, it's just you're asking for trouble. The smartest couples in Hollywood are not married.
No, there are a few
Goldie
out
Hawn,
there.
Kurt Russell, smart. They never got married. They're still happy as can be.
There are a few out there that
Who's still lasting? Now you lost what is Pitt and what's her name?
there's some of those old couples that
They're all dropping like flies, though.
Is Anthony Hopkins married?
it's a random person. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel.
I
like
think
he
he's
was-
married to a robot.
All right. Yeah.
The only
They're
ones
not-
that
they're
stay-
not breaking
I thought
up
it was a lava
anytime
goal.
soon.
I think the only ones that stay married are the ones that marry like non-actors. Like if one can be an actor, but you can't have both as an actor because then it's just doomed.
Too much ego.
Well, it's just your work schedules.
I mean, come on,
You
look
know,
at Billy
you're-
Bob Thornton. Oh, that's my husband. He's stooping Halle Berry. You know?
But you're filming on this side of the planet for 3 months, and then you come home. The
Yeah.
other person's filmed for 3 months somewhere else. So you only see each other 6 years. 6 months out of the year. Of course, it's not going to work.
It just seems the smart ones don't really get married. They just live together but not married.
Well, talking about that front, also athletes.
Can't get divorced if you don't get married.
Well, athletes, you get married after you're done being the greatest athlete in the world,
I mean,
right?
look at Derek
That's
Jeter.
right.
That's your strategy?
Prenups.
Look at Derek Jeter.
I got one.
Prenups.
Jeter, Gronkowski.
But yeah,
Hey,
get
it
married.
wasn't Jeter banging Janet Jameson? Or was that Alex
Jeter was
Rodriguez?
banging everyone in New York.
Yeah, he was doing all of them, and then you give them all a little gift basket with a signed ball.
That's what a stand-up
You
guy.
did a good job. Let me give you my name.
Yeah, so he'd give them like a gift basket with like expensive shampoos. And
That's a
soaps
triple.
and signed ball and a bunch of stuff on it.
That's a stand-up guy.
Kind of like, don't ask me for anything else.
And he gave him cab money, I heard.
Did you also get a free T-shirt with
No Uber back then.
Ooh.
I don't want to talk about what I received.
No. I'm pretty sure he can put it on his tax deductibles.
Well, he's engaged now, I hear.
No, I thought he got married.
Oh,
I
he
thought
actually got married?
I heard he said
Oh,
I
good
heard he
gourd.
said the I do. I do plan
What a
on
landing, huh?
being in pain.
Butters. Fingers. So I guess we should finish up this beer and get to the next one. Alex, you got a topic for us?
Yeah, so for our longtime loyal listener, if if you remember I mentioned earlier on another episode that Atlanta was a show to watch. It's a good show on FX, but Donald Glover,
He's alive?
Yeah, man, Donald Glover, the comedian.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Danny Glover. Sorry.
He well, he's also a rapper. He goes by Childish Gambino, and he actually dropped some new music this week. Redbone, check it out. It samples "I'd Rather Be With You" by Bootsy Collins. But apart from that, while I'm waiting for Man in the High Castle to start, which is going to be on Amazon first week of December, Amazon Prime. Really looking forward to that show. I've been watching some The Walking Dead. The season's actually been pretty good. They've thrown in a new character, switched up the dynamics a bit. But what I really want to talk about is the movie Arrival. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it yet.
No, I want to.
It's on my list.
Yeah, highly recommend it. It's a science fiction movie. It runs a little long. It's about 2 hours. But it's about first contact with an alien species. And it stars Amy Adams and the guy that plays the Archer in the Avenger movies. I don't remember.
Wait, is 2 hours really that long for movies nowadays? Like,
no, I mean 2 hours is about normal, but
Would you call it sci-fi action? Or would you call it more of a sci-fi drama?
definitely not sci-fi action.
oh, that's fantastic.
There's not like a lot of
Heard good things.
stuff blowing up. Oh no, but it's a really smart movie. It's a great movie. Has a lot of interesting ideas regarding space, time, language.
Kind of like Contact or something like that. In that respect, I'm trying to put it.
Yeah. A little bit more like Contact, but it's just such a good movie. It's really good. I left the movie theater very satisfied with it.
Had to wait till I got here. I see it. So
It's fascinating. Check it out.
And that brings us to our fifth beer of the night.
Yeah, so I brought this one. This is
it's very nice.
from Bottle Logic Brewing out of Anaheim, California. And this is Strange Matter Imperial Saison. Saison brewed with local orange blossom honey, holy basil,
Wow. Oh my gosh.
pink peppercorns, and aged for 6 months in Chardonnay barrels.
Never had anything bad from Bottle
And this is
Logic.
from 2015. And it is
Very much. This is a nice
10.5% ABV.
Their Stasis project is nuts.
Wow, I definitely want to get a little more of that.
I'd say for right now, this is my favorite of the evening thus far. For me.
Yeah,
Oh,
they,
wow, yeah.
they definitely have very good stuff.
That is lovely.
Last time I had what was at Hanapu, I got to try one of their beers.
Can I see the bottle?
Yeah, like Bottle Logic are known for their stouts. Like they have been killing it with stouts for like a while now.
It's funny because I taste a little apple in it.
Yeah,
Maybe that's from the honey.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
it
kinda
tastes more
sweetness.
like honey, but yeah, I can see where it's like
It's like a good.
it's like apple brandy, like almost. but-
Maybe that's where the bees got the pollen from.
Oh, it could be apple blossoms.
Yeah.
well, it's orange blossom honey.
Well, then it's
Evidently.
definitely not from an apple.
Orange blossom.
But I love
honey
how
apple tree. Everyone knows that one.
I love how the honey balances the like dryness from the Chardonnay barrels. It's like, man, it's really good.
Wow, what a finish.
Oh,
That
we
is
still
delicious.
got one more beer.
No, but I'm saying, like, what a finish on the beer itself.
Pass the bottle down.
It's very,
Another
very
little
clean.
sip of this. Thank you.
That's delicious.
You think it's better at this temperature than colder?
Yeah, as it warms up, you definitely get more barrel character.
So it'd be better that we didn't have this one so early.
Well, that's why your resident Cicerone in training
Oh,
put it near the back.
Cicerone or Cicerone?
Cicerone
well
for all the
played,
homies.
Crux.
That eat pepperoni.
What's your sea level at already?
I'm still at 1, taking 2.
Damn, way to drop him back there.
I'm taking 2 in January, God willing. So we'll see. January 1st.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So what sort of trainings do you have to do? Oh,
I'm
other
I'm
other
studying
than just
right
going
now.
to Beer Bros and BS and
Yeah, bro, I'm studying right now. I'm always studying. Always.
Your continued dedication to that and secures your participation in this program.
I'm overly dedicated.
So I guess this will bring us to what burns your bacon. Anybody want to go first? All right, for me, what burns my bacon are elevators.
What?
So
Like functioning elevators? Because they're pretty great.
It depends.
It beats climbing stairs, man.
Fuck yeah, man.
Well,
I like
so
stairs.
I spent
I climbed 8 flights of stairs for fun today. It wasn't fun.
But you're the greatest athlete. What are you talking about, man?
Like I said, it wasn't fun.
So I spent. I had some family in the hospital recently, and I had and they were on the 15th floor.
Everyone's okay though.
Yeah, everyone's good.
Good.
And I kept having to go to the 15th floor of a busy hospital here, Jackson. Takes quite a while. Obviously, if there's 6 people in the elevator plus a bed,
A gurney?
gurney with somebody on it, and everyone standing shoulder to shoulder. Obviously, if you're waiting on the 7th floor to go up, you're not going to force yourself in there, right?
Ooh.
No, well, there are people that are going to do that. And then when you stop at the 8th floor, because somebody else isn't, waiting, and you see 7 people now standing shoulder to shoulder, squished in with the gurney in there. Yeah, you're seriously not going to try and jump in there.
I always try
try.
to jump in there.
People walk in Miami like they drive.
You go up one more floor. You're on the 9th floor now. Surely, with 8 people and smashed in here with a gurney, somebody on top of it, you're not going to try and force your way in there. Now, not to say that all these are people going to visit, family. Sometimes they're educated people like doctors and nurses, and they just happen, they just push their way in. Oh, there's no room? Well, why the hell would you step into the fucking elevator if there was no room? Why don't you look first?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big guy, so I always pass. Like, I'm like, that looks a little cramped. I'm going to pass. I'll catch the next one.
Yeah. Well, it's
Well,
a
it
courtesy
could always
to
be
do.
like when the door opens, you can be, it's full, fucker, and then just beep.
You just described the reason why I prefer the stairs.
I don't know. A lot of times, like, the people on the elevator already will be like, "Oh, it's full," but there's room for more people. They just don't want more people to get in, and I get in anyway.
I'm telling you. And then I can't tell you how many times somebody like there's 2 people there. Somebody walks in, the other friend there is like, no, there's no room. And then the door won't close because it's weighed down by that one extra person. And then they jump out and it's like, oh, I guess you were right. And of course they were fucking right. Everyone's standing here waiting for you because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You can't see, you can't tell that, you just because you can stand in this little
But this
space.
isn't the elevator's fault.
Yeah, the peeve shouldn't be the elevator. Peeve should be the dumbasses
it's
getting
the
into the
assholes.
elevator.
Okay. You know what my problem is?
What's
What
up?
burns my bacon? People.
Shabbat elevators.
They stop on every goddamn floor.
What elevators?
Shabbat?
Shabbat?
Sabbath
Shabbat.
elevators.
Shabbat the rabbit.
Also known as Sabbath elevators.
Shabbat.
I thought they were Shabbat elevators.
I thought they were Shabbat. Is it Shabbat?
Is that like?
They stop on every floor.
You never seen these, Tom?
Going up.
They have them on the beach everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
Going down.
I never seen that.
Yeah, because the Orthodox Jews can't touch the button, so bing, 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 bing.
So they stop on every floor.
Yeah. Problem solved.
That would burn my bacon as well.
So it stops and the door opens on every floor and closes. Next floor open.
Does it
Next
only do
floor.
it on the Sabbath? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And holy days.
Oh.
But luckily there were no holy days and only just one Sabbath.
Jackson's got a Shabbat elevator?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I guess it's because it's an old hospital. You don't really see it in...
Well, you can change that. That's just a setting in the elevator.
Yeah.
You can turn on.
No, I remember going to I remember seeing a few hotels and condominiums on the beach that have like a designated Shabbat elevator.
Dan, his family used to have a condo on the beach on 50-something and Collins.
Yep.
And it had a dedicated. I was like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Oh, it's I forgot what he said. I forgot what he called it, but it was.
I'm sure he called it a Jewish elevator.
He might have. I'm not gonna put words in his mouth. And he's like, he told me to stop on every floor. And I went and asked my mother, and she's like, "Yeah, that's how some of the elevators are on the beach." But it didn't matter what day of the week it was.
Yeah.
It was like that every day.
Yep, it was a designated Shabbat elevator.
Wow.
Interesting what electronical engineering feats we can accomplish because people don't want to interact with technology.
Hey.
It's a religious thing, dude.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah.
That's considered work.
Hey, the Amish make good heaters.
And,
Yeah, I've seen those.
and good Cinnabons.
Oh,
I
did
think
you
you're
hear
thinking-
about that?
I think you're thinking of the Mennonites. If you're talking about
Oh,
South
okay.
Florida.
The ladies that made those sticky buns left and went to another place.
Competitive
No.
sticky
Yeah.
buns.
They're now they're at Chrome Brewing. They're working out of there.
Chrome
Slanging
Brewing?
sticky buns. Yeah, bro. It's a brewery in Planning.
Oh.
Down on Chrome and like 200 and something street. I don't know.
But they still have sticky buns?
Yeah, those ladies are up in there whipping up the sticky buns.
Ladies know how to do the sticky.
Or as I like to call them,
and what?
sticky asses.
Chrome and like 200 something. I don't know the exact address, to be honest.
Oh,
But it's Jacob Lindsay's project. It's on the same grounds as the meadery that he's starting up.
Cool. Oh.
You know, I noticed I almost brought a bottle of cider because I realized we'd never had a cider or meat on
I
the
was going to
show.
say, we've never had a mead, have we?
Or cider.
Is that permissible?
Of course. It's brewed.
Bring a Swedish one. They do good ciders.
Was it a recorderling or?
Yeah,
can't think of the name.
Recorder leg.
Is it that one? I have another one. It's a pear cider I can think of. I can't think of the name right now.
You know what burns my bacon is
Oh, isn't it
Fucking-
like Copperberg or something?
fucking weather, bro. Like I've been
Whoa.
loving the weather. I've been loving the weather lately. It's like, oh look, it's so crisp. And you get excited in the morning and you put on a sweater. You're like, oh, I'll get to wear a sweater. You're fucking wearing this sweater, and by the time you get to work, you're like, God damn, it's hot as shit. You gotta take this
Okay,
fucking
I
thing off.
should just. slap
Well,
you in
I
the-
just well,
Hey
I
man,
get,
you forget where you come from. This is
I'm
this is a
born and
Miami
raised here.
thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. If it drops below 70, you break out the sweaters, the hoodies.
This is shorts
Yeah.
weather and beach weather.
Yeah, Miami does not
you've
get
let
cold.
you've let Sweden corrupt you, bro.
No,
Now-
Sweden's
now-
not corrupt me.
Yeah,
Killed
you've
me.
become a weather snob now.
No, I'm fan. Loving this weather. I just want to like
Stop
pluck my
weather
ball hairs
shaming.
out over there, man. This weather's been amazing while I've been here. Oh,
no lie, I took a hoodie today though.
Yeah, man.
I heard
wish
you took a hoodie and a
No,
jacket.
a jacket. I took a beanie. I took.
What a flurry!
I had another jacket in the office.
It's all about layers. Layers, people.
Layers.
Yes, it is. Layers, long johns, a shirt underneath, another sweater on top. I go to sleep in 5 shirts when I go.
Yeah, man. I don't like the whole like, oh, it's cold enough for a sweater in the morning, but it's hot as shit in the afternoon.
That's how I can tell you in Chicago. That's how it is in Chicago. You wake up, it'll be in the 50s. Yeah, I gotta get to class. Let me take a jacket. You get out, go to lunch. It's in the 70s. Let me take this jacket off. You go to dinner. You're like, oh, you walk out of your dorm, and guess what? You don't need a sweater. It's back in the 60s. Up and down.
Yeah, I've been to Chicago, and it's exactly that. It's like, oh, you get out, like, it's 60s, we're in layers, we just go in for, like, lunch, and then we're, like, well, 50s, like, but
Well,
we're...
Chicago's fucking crazy because I was there in April, late April, early May, and it was like the first day we got there, it was like 60 degrees, real nice. By that Saturday, it was 40 something degrees, cold as shit. And then the Monday when we left, it was a high of 80. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck was this? It's like all 4 seasons in a fucking weekend.
Well, I'll make a correction. My problem in the weather where I live in Sweden is not the cold. Cold sucks, but I can deal with it. I'm fine with layers. It's the lack of sunlight because I'm so far north. When it gets in true winter in December, the sun comes up, if I'm lucky, between 9 and 10 o'clock. And then it's down. And then all day it's overcast because I'm in the far south, so there's no sun. It's overcast, and then the sun starts going down around 3:30. So they have only like 5 or 6 hours of sun. So when the locals start telling you, oh, you got to take vitamin D all day or find a heat lamp, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I don't
that
know.
burns your bacon.
I really feel
Yeah,
like
because nobody wants to take vitamin D.
I am
Yeah.
not normally this white. Okay?
Your moms like to take vitamin D.
I love. I mean, yeah, I couldn't live anywhere else but Miami, bro. I mean, I get homesick for palm trees and booties.
I agree.
I'll tell you what. When I got homesick when I lived in Chicago, what got me over it was
Booty.
Google Maps,
Oh, that's it.
and this was
And Pornhub.
13 years ago, so it did not exist.
A Street
X-Hamster,
Latinos.
YouTube.
It was oh my god, Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Oh, a little taste of home.
I will say this: Miami, Sweden have beautiful women, but can't beat the variety of Miami. I'm sorry.
That's
we
another
really,
thing, that's
we
for
really
sure.
do booty right down here. We really do.
I mean, it's funny because even my
Whether
mother
it's
told
real
me, she
or
was
artificial.
like, you don't want to stay in Chicago. You won't want to, you
They're
want to
beautiful.
visit, but you won't want to stay there. It's like, why? Miami's so much better, believe me. I'm like, what do you mean? And I must have been, I don't know, probably like 11th grade. And I think I finally realized this. And I was visiting family and friends in other parts of the country. And I started looking around like, man, the rest of the country is really ugly.
It's like
wow.
Manchester.
Except for you, listener.
Except for you. You're beautiful wherever you are.
Yeah, we love you.
And Sweden has beautiful.
Not in a
women,
creepy
I tell
way
you,
or
they-
anything.
You
they
can't
are-
hold it against these United fans, I'll tell you.
Sweden has beautiful women, but the variety of Miami really sets it apart. You got Latinas, tú tienes de todo. You have everything here.
Good
And you
weather.
say city
God's
fans, but
blessed.
everyone knows that city doesn't have fans.
It's true that.
You
Good
have
weather people.
artificial. You have
Great
natural.
weather people.
Makes a difference.
And that brings us to our
Oh, I got one
sixth
pet
and
peeve.
final beer.
I'm sorry. Oh, I thought we could do it after the beer. My bad.
All right. So last beer of the night is called Tough Love, and it is from Crux Fermentation Project out of Bend, Oregon, and it is a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout brewed with blackstrap molasses and spices.
Wow. It's good.
It's a nice beer.
It's like Pantera's love. Yeah, like when I was opening this bottle, I was like,
You struggled.
yeah, I struggled. I really struggled with it. It's a wax top, so I busted out my bottle opener. I didn't want to reach over and get up to get my actual bottle opener with the razor blade on the side.
But you're good with the reach over and the reach around.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, be careful with that hand, man. You're almost hitting something.
Yeah, so I was.
Well, he knows what he's doing.
So I opened the bottle, and then after I opened the bottle,
Don't
and I was
put your
successful,
hand
and I was
so low.
like, yes. I see there's a
You've
cork
used
in it,
that
so I
hand
have
before.
to get up anyways and get the cork. And
Did you
that
bite the
burns
cork?
that burns my bacon when I'm so lazy to not get something, and then I have to get up anyways to get it anyways.
Hey, where are we gonna do the Cuvée de Beer Bros?
But it's an awesome beer.
The Cuvée de 53.
Cuvée de 53.
Yes. Jose, I think we're going to need a
Yeah,
glass.
speaking of getting up.
Got him.
If only there were some vessels to pour all these beers.
So
in.
if you haven't been listening before, or you're just catching up, we're going to make a cuvée of all the beers from tonight. We're
I
going
like
to
this new tradition.
We're going to take a sip of it and be either mildly disgusted
or completely disgusted.
or mildly aroused.
Might
I
actually
do
be.
burns my bacon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
So one of the reasons why I come back to Miami is I get to work with my father here. He is a handyman and fixes property. We work in an apartment building with a lot of students from a certain university that happens to be very wealthy. And
Is
So
this
it's
university
definitely not
in Miami?
FIU.
it could, yes, it is in South Florida. And
Would you say it's in Coral Gables?
It could be in Coral Gables, yes.
So you're obviously not talking about a college like Miami-Dade.
No,
Or an international
it's
university?
a very
in
expensive
Florida.
university.
It's a university in
It
Miami.
happens to have green and orange colors.
It's a damn good university.
It is. I'm not complaining
Man.
about the university. However, I happen to work in a building.
Some of our podcast members might have attended this
I
university
may have noticed
or
your
work
shirt.
for it.
Anyway, so we do some repairs for students, and these students today seem to be totally helpless. We get calls from anything from changing a light bulb. I've been called, and I live in further south Miami, to come all the way over to change a light bulb.
Oh my God, how many students does it take to change a light bulb?
Apparently, at least 3 in one apartment.
So you just confirmed that it was a specifically named university
As long as I don't have to say the building.
in Miami.
Anyway, but what's annoying is whatever the repair may be, whether it's changing a light fixture, whether it's changing shower heads or whatever it may be, my father is old school. He wants a check. He said, oh, here's the payment. Students today don't know how to write a check or don't have a check book.
Yeah, Venmo.
And my dad is too old school, so he has to send the bill to their parents so that they will send the check. I find it sad that kids today can barely write their own name on a check anymore, or just don't even know what a check is anymore.
I don't know.
I
PayPal
think your
Venmo
dad
would be
should
great.
get with the times, man.
Yeah, man.
He's still old
I don't know. I
school,
was.
man.
What did I tell you? That I wanted to bring check writing back a couple years ago.
No, that's a terrible idea.
Why?
Yeah, what is this,
Venmo,
like-
PayPal
Although,
is great. Venmo, PayPal
Sweden
is
is trying to
great.
become a cashless society. They have businesses that no longer take cash.
Now that's preposterous.
They
Yes.
have an app called, and I'm not sure entirely. I think it's called Swish, where now it just sends the cash from one bank account to another. My wife uses it all the time. We'll swish the money straight from one account to the other if you buy something for something else. So there are businesses in Stockholm that will not take cash.
Now that's preposterous.
Didn't I see it? Like, isn't there like a?
I mean, that's kind of
their
like the way the
equivalent
future is going to go.
It is.
of a
I think
bodega
that's
there
terrifying. I want to
that
be able to
doesn't
pay
have
for
a
things
clerk or anything, it's
anonymously.
all on the honor system, and
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
kinda
say
like-
that the Swedes tend to be right. Like I had this may be a
Bitcoin
silly
kind of
example.
gets you there, but not completely.
Yeah,
I was
Bitcoin
walking in
isn't
the
widely
little town I
accepted.
live in, and my son lost a shoe. You know, these baby shoes and all that stuff is cheap over there. I walked a day later, and someone picked up the shoe and put it on top of the trash can where I dropped it, where the shoe was lost, and they just picked up the shoe and I went home. People will pick up things and just leave them there out in the open, so that hopefully the owner will find it. So I'll give that to the Swedish society. So I mean, they try to be honest, at least in the small town. I don't know about the cities.
Yeah, man. I mean, I really want to pay for things anonymously. There are some things that I just don't want a fucking paper trail.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. There's
Like
a lot.
groceries.
But kids today in general, they're sheep.
I don't want anybody to know
Yeah,
what I'm
why do you
fucking
care?
eating.
Like,
I don't want people knowing what I'm eating, bro.
But how much cheese?
Maybe I'm
whiz do you
throwing half
buy?
of it away. I don't need them
Entertainment.
to know.
Entertainment.
But wait,
they don't have to
whiz.
know about that.
Yeah, they don't have to know what what
Little
entertainment I pay
Debbie's.
for.
but I don't think that they know what you bought. They just know
Who
you
are-
spent X amount at
who are they?
Publix.
Honey buns.
They don't want me to win. They don't want me to be a millionaire.
congrats, you saved yourself.
You bought a bag of prunes, didn't you?
That's the least of my worries.
Maybe I want to buy the next
Maybe.
Justin Bieber album, and I don't want anybody to know.
That's right. Maybe I'm just super ashamed of my Justin Bieber fandom.
Maybe you went to Publix and you bought like Miller Lite or something, and you don't want the
Maybe.
rest of us to know.
Maybe Publix is not
I drink
really
PBR all the time.
You bought
Ain't no
Schlitz,
shame.
didn't you?
Yeah, I
Oh,
drink.
Schlitz,
Maybe
I
Publix
drink
is a strip
My
Schlitz.
club.
dad loves the PBR, man.
Okay, I could see cash for that. Yeah.
Ale House, 2 for $3.
Hey, Ying.
Yeah. Hey, how do strip clubs work in Sweden?
They don't have them in Sweden.
Fuck
I
that.
gotta go to
They have
Copenhagen.
brothels. They just say fuck it
What?
all, and they go for
No,
the real
literally.
deal.
Fuck it all.
Have I told you the growler rule?
What's the growler
If,
rule?
if you go to
If
a
you
bar,
growl out a baby,
if you want to buy a
you're-
growler at a pub or a brewery, you cannot buy a growler and take it home if the beer is over 3% alcohol.
Well, that's stupid. That's a stupid.
So you can
rule.
only buy.
But
know,
you
like-
can take some of the sours. Or...
Nah, bro. Even your average
Wait, what does that
Berliner
have
is
to do with
3.5.
strip clubs?
Well, it's
So
they're very
I don't care about this.
so to buy beer in Sweden, you have to go to special government stores called Systembolagets.
This is a terrible system.
Well, apparently it was explained to me. The reason is the Swedes like to have quite a few beers, so they want to
Let
restrict
them.
it and they want to control all the consumption.
Did they learn nothing from prohibition in the United States?
No,
Apparently
but-
they did all the bad stuff.
But you see,
there-
this
is
is
there
not
a Swedish mafia
prohibition. This
there?
is just limiting.
I
It's
haven't
Do
just-
they
met
live in a house?
It's just limiting to where it's burns your bacon just to get like more alcohol.
That's terrible. This is terrible.
Well, I told
But
you,
it's not prohibiting you.
I have to let all my friends
There's
know
a
who think
difference.
that like Scandinavian socialism is great. I'm like,
I
hey,
don't
man,
go to
you
bars
gotta go
in
to a
Sweden, man. It's
government
too expensive.
fucking place to buy your beer. Fuck out of here, bro. That's like Pennsylvania, man.
So you
Pennsylvania.
have to go to a bar to buy your beer?
No, I buy my beer wherever, bro. I buy my beer from the gas station. I buy my beer from.
they'll
the
sell
fucking-
beer at the supermarket just 2% or 3% for.
Oh, what kind of beer is that? That's water.
Call the
Heineken,
session.
Corona, like or
Oh my god.
It's called the session beer.
Pips or something.
Perfect for
Gotta go to
beer
the
pong,
government stores,
flip
man.
cup.
Oh, it's like in Pennsylvania. You know, in Pennsylvania, you have to you blow into a breathalyzer to buy beer, to buy alcohol. Period. You can't buy alcohol if you're already drunk.
In Sweden, the
Way to
legal
kill a bender.
the alcohol limit in Sweden is 0.02. So I have which is nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 0.08 in Florida. So
Yeah.
0.02, which is nothing. So I have a friend of mine. He'll have a glass of wine, and he'll have a family member call him. He has his own personal breathalyzer to make sure he can go to his car to drive over to a family member's a block away. They take that driving very seriously. There's no Uber, so you take a lot of public transportation over there.
But they have the public transportation.
Yeah, public
That's-
transportation's good. So I will say that.
But that gets to the point of I was talking to the festival, and the festival I was talking to the guy in Southern Grist. They had to buy a distillery license in Tennessee because they were brewing beers over 6%.
Wow.
And that's already considered over onto the distillery area.
Bible Belt.
Yeah, a lot of silly laws in different states.
Antonio will tell you, alcohol over there, if you go to a bar for crappy tap beer, just a regular average beer is $8 or plus.
Yep.
It hurts the wallet.
Hurts the wallet. It's 3%.
It's always dark. You can't drink. What the fuck?
What burns your bacon, Tony?
So, this is something that has been bugging me for a while, and I don't know why it's taken me this long, 53 episodes to get to it. But what burns my bacon is
Bacon.
Bacon is how you always start out with "Today I'm joined with," when it should really be "I'm joined by."
Well, I'm just going to do it,
Or-
especially for you now.
Or
I'm never
today,
going to
today joining me are.
This is a Hamilton
You
thing.
could be joined with.
Are we going to have to boo him now?
No, you can't be joined with.
No, that doesn't sound right.
You can be conjoined with. Why wouldn't you just be able to be regular joined with?
I'm accompanied by.
Joined.
The
joined.
joiners.
I like
I
that one.
get
He likes
joined
to go-
by
The joiners are.
the joiners. The joiners.
Well, you've just guaranteed I'm never going to change the way I say it
I am
now.
drinking with.
You know that, right? And you
Joint
kept
with.
that. Had you brought it to me in private, I might have been like, "Oh, right, yeah, you know what? Okay, yeah, I'll say it differently."
But don't join
But
me.
now you've guaranteed,
wouldn't.
you've guaranteed that
You know-
for the rest of the show, I will say, tonight I'm joined with.
Yeah, but you do it anyway, so.
Well, now I definitely will.
No, now he's going to
Is
put
it really wrong, though?
emphasis. He's going to put emphasis on the with, joined
with. Anyway, that's what points burn.
Now I'm gonna have to go listen to all 53 episodes and see does he say it in every single one?
Yeah.
Oh God, don't listen to the first episode.
Every time.
That first episode's hard.
crunch, crunch.
Oh, I almost want to play it on the air just for us to hear it. It's really hard. It's really, really bad.
Is it? Oh, well.
And the sound quality and everything, because we're using the old microphones. Oh,
Joining me are.
yeah,
Join
You know
the
what?
vibe.
For having not as great equipment,
What are you talking
one
about?
of the
This equipment is
anniversary-
stellar.
No, one of the anniversaries where we did not have the equipment because somebody left their equipment in the trunk of the car
Well, you can say
At
from
least
now
they
on,
didn't
you're
leave it at
accompanied by
ultra-fast.
everyone but joined by Tony.
Yeah, we're joined with everyone except
No,
by
no,
Tony.
you're accompanied by everyone but joined by Tony.
Joined with
Joined
Tony.
with Tony.
I'm joined with Tony.
Everyone's here tonight, and
Tony
we're joined
joined
with Tony.
me.
I don't know, man. I feel like people are conjoined with things all the time.
Dude, the only things that are like conjoined are twins.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. We're not.
I saw a baby.
We're not fucking conjoined.
But I saw
podcasters.
some babies today that were conjoined.
We
at the
absolutely
head.
are
No, you
conjoined.
fucking- you know what conjoined?
I swear to God, I saw it on the news, bro. These babies were conjoined at the fucking head, and all I could think is, how the fuck did this lady push this shit out of her?
Very carefully.
Like the first baby
It
had to
was-
have come out like feet first, and the other one came out
there you
feet
go.
last.
Yeah,
C-section.
There you go. It's just kind of.
Oh
Like,
yeah, C-section. Thanks,
They just-
Dave.
Hey, you're smart.
Yeah, I was thinking a natural birth. But yeah,
No,
man,
but
they
they're-
were conjoined at the head.
That's
and they
not
shared,
coming out naturally.
No,
They
the
shared
wild one
2
was
centimeters of brain matter.
no. The wild one was there was these two women that were conjoined, and they stayed conjoined for life, and one half married somebody else.
You got a 2-for-1 special.
I saw that movie. What was that with Matt Damon?
No, it's real life.
It's real life, but
Oh.
how do you like?
IRL.
Well, yeah, you did get a 2-for-1 special, I guess.
Yeah, more than you bargained for.
Does that count as a threesome or like a 2.5?
Oh man,
Yeah,
I'd chalk it up as a threesome.
I would count it. Yes.
Yes, I would count it. Yeah.
2
I have a
3/4.
threesome with my wife every night.
Giggity.
You have to say I do twice. I mean,
No, you're only marrying one of them.
Yeah.
It's an open marriage.
One of them is tired all the time.
Ooh, is that incest? Are they? Well, I guess if they touch each other, but aren't they just touching themselves?
They're always touching themselves.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like the
It'd be
show's
kind
taking an odd turn.
it'd
they
be
asked,
kind
"Do
of
you need
odd.
a helping
like,
hand?"
What if you had
this
like
is-
a like you know a conjoined twin and like you just see him masturbating? And I'm just like, fuck. Like
The
what
worst
do I
would
do
be
here?
if
I'm just
the-
Conjoined-
standing here
were
awkwardly.
they girls or guys? You always hear about
They
conjoined
were
girls.
boys.
Never
These
about
were boys.
conjoined guys.
The ones with the ones conjoined at the head were boys.
Really? Oh,
2 young
okay,
boys,
so
and the
they're
surgery was successful.
Okay.
So now
I
they're
never hear about
living
conjoined
lives
boys. You
on
always
their
hear about
own.
conjoined girls.
Oh, they got separated.
They did.
Oh,
Equal
okay.
opportunity.
But if you're conjoined, I mean, you're
It
like,
was a
fuck. I'm
27-hour operation. Could you imagine that? That's a long time.
yeah. Miracles of science.
Magnets. How do they work?
Exactly.
Miracles.
Miracles. Not
Polarized
really,
opposites.
but yeah.
Nobody's
The
ever
pull and
seen.
track.
You've ever seen that? It's saying Clown Posse Miracles. I highly recommend everyone listen to it
Not about
and just
ICP.
see how stupid we are as a species.
Not about ICP.
Oh man, you got to watch this one video though.
I can't get over them.
Oh my god! But this video will change your life. He literally asks magnets,
I'll
how do
take
they
your word.
work? And then the chorus is miracles. Every day, miracles.
Sounds like you're not going to any Juggalo festival.
No, I don't think I will. No. It's hilarious. And I feel like he names other shit like clouds and like what is are you fucking serious? What is this fucking like?
No, because when you said that, it made me think of the show Brain Games. And
I
they,
remember Brain.
and they
That's
asked
a good
about,
show.
like one of the
Wasn't that with
first episodes.
John Krasinski or the guy from The Office?
He looks. It's the guy that looks like he might have played Superman, but he's definitely not the guy that played
No,
Superman.
no. The first season, it was MTH. He narrated it. And then the second season, started Kube. And the second and third and fourth season is maybe not all of it. Too late. Second to fourth season or whatever the season they're currently in is some other guy, and they said like how do things work, and so he went to a college and he talked to some class and he's like, can you guys draw a bicycle for us? And so everyone drew a bicycle, and it's like out of
Oh yeah, they drew him all
20
fucked
people,
up.
and it's like only like 2 or 3 people drew a properly working one, and it's like how does a zipper work? And it's something that you don't know how it works. You just use it. You never really think about how things work.
Interlocking teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of those teeth are off, man. It sucks. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, oh man, I don't know. It's just you could figure some of this shit out, bro. Like I fucking learned about magnets in fucking school, man. Fucking electrons, bro.
All I know is
Closely related to
Opposites
electricity.
attract.
That's how you get.
That's how you get electromagnets.
Yes.
I know that Jose is making this cuvee for us, and I was looking at the first beer he poured, and it was
Just a touch.
It was a peachy color.
Do you want? I have some in here. That one.
And now it's black, blacker than my soul.
Cuvées.
Nothing's
How do
that
they
black.
work? Miracles.
What do you think, Jose?
Was that every beer though? That was a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it was disproportionate of a little bit more towards chai. I don't know if you want.
Yeah,
to.
that chai is strong, baby.
I
Beware of the chai.
underestimated the chai.
Got the chai. You want to fly? You got to buy chai. Does anybody remember that commercial? It had like it was like claymation, and there was like a black shoe, and it was trying to sell drugs to a white shoe. Super racist now that I think about it.
As soon as it came out of your mouth, like, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Wow, I just no. It's sometimes like you don't realize it, and then you just say it, and then you're like, "Oh fuck!"
It's not so bad, the cuvee. I don't know what to think of it. I taste the chai. I taste the
Strange Matter.
Yep.
I taste the.
That was smoother than I
I
expected.
tasted the chai and the bonte.
It's a lot lighter than
I wish
I
I had another
expected.
bottle of that chai.
It
Though.
actually almost tastes pumpkin-y now.
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe too.
How did that get in there?
Interesting.
But for real, nobody ever saw that commercial.
I don't think
Well,
so.
now if you
Remember, we can look it up.
I've been looking for that commercial for years.
What was the product?
No, it was like a PSA trying to tell kids not to do drugs. One of the lines is, "You want to fly? You got to buy drugs," and that really stuck with me. And there was a black shoe, and it had very sharp teeth, and it was trying to.
I think I do remember.
Yes.
It was trying to sell.
Actually, yes.
It was
I
trying to sell
remember those.
drugs to like a white sneaker. And the sneaker's like, "No, I'm trying to play basketball." And this other one's like, "You want to fly? You got to buy drugs."
Claymation drug commercials. Yeah, you find it that way.
I'm telling you, bro. If you find it, miracles.
no, all I
looking
remember
for
out
that
of that
shit forever.
was all the Nintendo games that used to have like Department of Justice, don't do
yeah.
drugs, like Street Fighters, because Street Fighters always used to have Department of Justice. Winners don't do drugs,
Yep.
like in big red letters.
Bad
And it's like
dudes.
the beginning of the
And it's funny
Street Fighter.
because when I saw that, I was like, "What does this have to do with anything?" And I was asking my babysitter, and he was like, "You just ignore that stuff, David."
Are you a bad enough dude to rescue the president? Exactly.
I don't know if that was like a hypothetical question or if that was like another commercial.
Do you not
That
remember
one
this game?
and the other one was Mortal Kombat was there is no knowledge that is not power.
You know they're doing a reboot of Mortal Kombat movie.
Hadn't
The
that been
first
for-
one was so
Okay.
good. They can't do that, man.
Exactly. How can you replace the Highlander, Christopher Lambert, as
Man, Raiden.
Raiden?
I'm sorry, but compared to the second one, that was utter crap. I mean,
They were all utter crap.
no, actually, I think the first one was like serviceable though.
Okay.
It's the most serviceable like video game movie that there is.
No.
No, there's
No?
other one. There's other video game movies that have been okay.
Damn, JD's going to be upset he missed this conversation right now. Just for this conversation. Best video game movie.
Best
Ever.
video.
Maybe we can leave that one off for the next episode.
Final Fantasy. No, just kidding. I don't know. I never played any.
I actually
Final
did like
Fantasy.
that Final Fantasy Spirits Within.
I just saw one the other day.
It was a
Shoot.
good like entertainment like for the visual effects, but I like the Mortal Kombat, like how it's more like Enter the Dragon, like it was an actual kung fu movie at the end of the day.
I don't know. For me, I felt like Street Fighter was like it was like the game. You went through all the fighters. To the
Street
boss.
Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
As Guile, yeah.
and
Raul
Raul
was a great
Julia,
guy.
rest in peace, as M. Bison.
No,
You
that
guys
does not do it.
remember,
Now the anime series does do it justice, but
You guys remember Double Dragon, the cartoon?
Yeah, I remember. Well,
no. But
they went
yes,
to the
I
Warcraft
remember that,
movie?
and then I remember also Biker Men's from Mars, but like that was right after it. But yes, I do remember Double Dragons.
Wasn't that around the same time they had Sonic the Hedgehog,
Yeah.
the animated series?
Yes.
And then wasn't that like followed by Reboot?
Reboot.
Does Wreck-It Ralph count as a video game movie?
I would say yes.
Counts as every video.
That was a
That's
great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah,
Need for Speed. That was actually not a bad movie.
I didn't see it.
It's no
It's actually
Fast
not
and
bad.
Furious.
That was with Aaron Paul.
Well, Fast and Furious is Point Break remade. Come on.
Well, I'm just kidding. I never saw the Need for Speed movie.
It's actually
Well,
not
actually,
bad.
Prince of Persia wasn't bad.
I didn't see the movie.
Except
You got
the
a
guy was-
soft spot for Jake Gyllenhaal.
Except the guy was in Persian.
Yes, I know he wasn't Persian.
You know, I mean, the best one's going to be
Assassin's Creed.
War games. Yeah, Assassin's Creed does look good.
Assassin's Creed is going to be really
I do love
good.
those games, so hopefully the movie doesn't suck.
Yeah, those games are great.
It does have Michael Fassbender, so has potential.
Last Starfighter.
So let me ask you guys, what was your favorite beer of the night?
Bottle Logic.
Damn. Yeah, man. I want to say that Chai Spice, but fucking A, bro. I mean, the Bonte was awesome too.
That was really good, and
But,
the last one, the
Strange
Tough Love,
Matter.
was really good.
Strange Matter got it for me.
Strange Matter, bro.
I think so, just because I was like so different from what we usually have, like, and so delicious.
Level 1 limited.
All right, guys. So always remember, send all your questions, comments, ideas, nudes for Alex.
Yes, I love nudes.
Do we have a Snapchat yet?
I mean, I'm just
Please.
assuming I love nudes. I'm just assuming I do.
Maybe we should set up a Snapchat for nudes if you want to.
We could
set-
probably do that.
Just, you know,
I think
right
I think you set yourself up for that one though.
Okay, yeah. I'll look through all the nudes
just,
and
you know,
like,
write at Beer Bros BS on yourself and send it to us. And
It should work.
you might get you might
there is nothing I have not seen yet. Maybe.
show Jose something. Show him something he's never seen.
Seen before. As always, remember you can find us on Facebook.com/BeerBrosBS. Find us on Twitter, Instagram at BeerBrosBS. Find all of our beer rankings on Untapped. Remember to email those questions, comments, concerns, hopes, dreams, insults, ideas, beers we should be drinking,
and nudes.
and nudes to beerbrosbs@gmail.com. Remember, everything is on our website. You can find it at beerbrosbs.com. You can find the podcast. Please subscribe to it on SoundCloud, iTunes, and...
Podcast Addict.
All right. Thanks for listening tonight. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian. Tonight I'm joined with...
Dick. Tony.
Alex, the king of Alapata.
Hugo from Sweden.
Jose.
All right, good night.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Cheers. Oh, God.
Beer Bros.
Beer Bros.
Beer Bros.